Hi, my name is Lisa, and this is my page, Lisa Max Life, Living with Autism. Um, Please subscribe and like and share this page. This platform is about my life, my journey, living with autism. My son Anthony has autism, so this is my journey along with him over the last 26 years of living with autism. So please subscribe, like, and share. Um, on today's topic, I'll be discussing in the earlier years when Anthony was just starting out in elementary, the school, the teachers, the classrooms, the students that we came across over the years in elementary. I'm trying to break it down from year to year in elementary school. With elementary school, Anthony was in a program called the CSET program here in Virginia. Here in Virginia got some decent schools, but the program that he was in wasn't necessarily a part of the school system. I think they was a private owned organization. So they had to, I believe, excuse me, rent out their classrooms within the district. I guess it was up to the school board to be in different schools, different part of the school. They had to be designated to a particular room in the school, but they were still used of the school. I guess the gymnasium, cafeteria, and stuff like that. But they was their own little school within the school. I put it like that. So the school was pretty good. The only thing about that, at times, I lived on one side of the city, and Anthony would have to go to another school clearly on the other side of the city, because that's where they was allowed to be at. I could live 25 minutes away from the school, and and if an emergency will come up or whatever, I'll have to drive that far just go get them or anything else, versus of them being in the school in your zone area. But it was what it was, and you had to have a reliable car. Like I said, if an emergency had came up, you had to go get your child. Sometimes I would have to call somebody to take me, because at times I did not have a car. So I would have to get somebody to take me to go get him at, and then bring him back home. 25 minutes to get there, then it's 25 minutes to get back. So it was what it was. But in all, the schools were good, with letting them come into school and do their thing. The teachers, you came across some good teachers that care, that wanted your child to get the help that they need and stuff like that. And then you came across some teachers that did not care. They was just there for a paycheck. They did the minimum, did whatever what they was required to do, and that's it. Boom, they go home. You have to establish a good relationship with your child's teacher and the teacher's assistants. Because you could like the teacher and don't like the teacher assistant, and then you could like the teacher's assistant and don't like the teacher. But sometimes you came across where you like, all of them. But then, like, if you come across when you don't like none of them, is they treating your child right? I have to, go meet everybody and, make sure everybody, okay. Make sure nobody mistreating your son or whatever, or your daughter or whatever. But, it's all about establishing a good relationship with all the teachers that's going to be a part of your child's school year, on an everyday, basis. But just make sure you have a good relationship with the teachers there. Like I said, you're going to have some teachers that are there, they dedicated, they want what's best for your child. They're going to go beyond what they do for your child because they want to see your child succeed. But then you're going to come across the ones that just really don't care. Like I said, they just there for a paycheck, or they just, it is what it is. I feel like if it's your heart and it's your calling to be a special needs or a special education teacher, then do that. But you want to come across the ones that just don't care. They really don't. They don't care about your child. They don't care about you. And that's the way it is. And that's when you say, I want another teacher for my child. Because you don't like this teacher. You don't feel like this teacher is doing what he or she is supposed to do. Or whatever. But like I said, you're going to come across some very good, excellent teachers and teachers' assistants. And your child will have a good school year. Make sure when you establish your relationship with your child's teacher, make sure y'all talk about everything. Make sure both of y'all are on the same page as far as what make sure you, as a parent, you want your child to learn this and that, but the teacher's also going to say, well, they need to do this and that. So make sure y'all agree on, what your child, what you want for your child. That way they could work towards of learning their goals and stuff for the school year. Like I said, when you have your yearly meetings, I think they would call here IEP meetings or whatever, individual educational progress. It was something, I had to get the right name of the IEP, but that's when you lay everything out on the table of what your child, you want their goals to be, what you want them to learn, and things of that nature. Anthony had some very good teachers as far as elementary came. He had one male teacher, I think, throughout his whole elementary years that he spent in school. And then I think with the different grades and stuff that he went through, kindergarten through the 5th grade, all the rest of the teachers were female. But I mean, there's not a whole lot of male teachers, especially male teachers with teaching children with disabilities or autism, what have you. It's not a whole lot of male teachers, that I had experiences always with females. But with the teachers, like I said, they are good. Anthony had very good teachers. I know when we started out, and I think it was around Christmas time, and they do different things for the kids, and they was like, God, Miss Lisa, you dress Anthony so nice, because you see some parents send their children to school looking like I don't know Why would you do that? They just put anything on them, not matching, or they just, because they have a disability, that don't mean you have to dress them like they have a disability. They are still little children. Oh, it was a sight to see sometimes. I'm like, don't comb the children. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. At times I'm like, because because they say your child has a disability. It don't matter what the disability is, autism, Down syndrome, it don't matter. That doesn't mean you have to dress them like they really have a disability. They are still children. They might not know what they got on, might not know how to match their clothes, but as a parent, you are responsible for that child's how they look and stuff like that. That's a reflection off of you. So it's Anthony had decent classmates, and it was not always not a room. I think it was no more than 5 or 6 of them in the class, and sometimes the children, will feed off each other, how that go, and they establish their own little relationship, because that's who they see on an everyday basis. And like I said, at this time in the 90s, you didn't see girls that much. There was always boys, because it was rarely at that time you will have seen girls with autism. It was more always in the boys. So it was always boys in the classroom. Maybe every now and then you get a girl, but more likely it was just all boys in the room, and they would have their own little relationship. You would have your own little relationship with the parents at times. Some of them anyway. I didn't have that relationship with some of these parents because I just didn't want to have a relationship with these parents. But as far as the school, the teachers, and the students, everybody got along most of the time. The classrooms, sometimes they would be in small, cramped classrooms, but then other times they had these big, enormous classrooms, and they would just be full of stuff. Just everything was always bright pictures, colors, and I believe that's why Anthony still like big pictures and bright colors. That's what they like to see. So they would fill that classroom up with so much stuff, and I guess this will also help with the different stuff that they would have to learn on the day-to-day basis. Anthony will pick things out by picture, so he will have a picture book it's called a communication book. So it will have different pictures in there of different everyday things that we do. We brush our teeth, we wash our face, go to bed, clothes, food, different things. It will be in this book, and he will go to the book and pick it out and give it to you because that's the particular thing that he wanted to do or whatever. That's how I know that's what he want to eat. You got chicken, hamburger, french fries, everything in there that he liked to eat. It was in that book, and he will pick it out to say, well, this is what I want to eat. Or sometimes he'll blurt out drink. That means he wants something to drink. So, different things. And like I said, and this is all about your child going to the school and learning. And like I said in the other video, what they do in school, they're going to bring it home, and you're going to have to do the same thing at home, because that's what they learning. And what you also teach them at home, they're going to take back to the school, because this is what they learning at home. But they would know the difference between home and school. So with things that they necessarily do in school, they're not going to do at home, and what they do at home, they necessarily might not or might do when they get to the school. But the elementary days were good. I was at that faraway school for I think 1 year, and then the following year we got closer to home. I think we was there about 2 years. They sent them to the school that was closer to home. Then, and the thing with that program, you're not guaranteed to be at that same school every year. We was at a different school almost every year. I was just like, and then like I said, that's the once you got comfortable with the teachers and principal and stuff there at the school. Next school year, it all changed. You got to learn, different principals and other members of the school, because that's how they move, throughout the program. You could be here 1 year and the next year you somewhere else. But other than that, the program was good. The elementary years that we had were good. Learned a lot within them years being in elementary school. I don't think I had any issues with none of the elementary teachers. No, didn't know. I think my only issues was in middle school with a teacher. But other than that, the elementary days were good. That's when the learning begins with whatever their circumstance with the autism is. And they went to school out throughout the whole year. Even though they break for summer, they went for like summer school for like, a month or so, and then, right back. They want them to keep going. That way they won't forget anything, and then when September came around, they could, pick up off from where they left. But other than that, everything was good. Elementary years were good. He got on the bus real good. When the bus will pick him up and drop him off at home. So the elementary years were good years. I don't have nothing. I'm trying to remember the teachers, but God, this has been so long ago, I can't remember. But that's where the learning began for me and him to really to learn with this, autism and things of that nature. But always remember, as a parent, you are your child's best advocate. You know what he or she needs. So always remember, you must talk up for your child, and you know what's right and what's wrong for your child. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and I will come back again soon, and we'll be discussing some more. Have a good day.